welcome you back to my YouTube channel. You are welcome. My name is Odebi Olusegun. If you are just joining us for the first time, I want to welcome you. But I want you to do something before you continue this video. Click on the subscribe button below so that you can get more of our video. Today I will be talking about cost of setting up POS business and running the business. The cost of setting up a POS business and running the business. In my previous video, I mentioned 10 things you need to consider before starting a POS business. So, I'll be talking about how you can set up the business, what cost do you need to consider, how much will it cost you to start the business, and also to run the business, how much do you actually need, how much are you looking at in a month, so that you'll be able to calculate your profit at the end of the month. And from this, you'll be able to know whether you want to go ahead with the business or you want to stay back. But I can assure you that the business is lucrative, so just sit back and relax and watch the video to the end. Now, the cost of setting up the POS business. Number one, you need to consider the model that you want to use. There are three models that people normally use. Some rent shop, some they can use a kiosk, and some they can just stay under an umbrella, maybe partner with a shop owner, and they just put umbrella and chair only. So if you are thinking of renting a shop, you need to consider the cost. Now, I put it here as an average of, if you are renting a small shop, like I said in my previous video, you don't need a big shop. 5,000 naira in a month kind of shop will do the job. So let's say you need 60,000 naira in a month for shop. Then you need chair and table. 10,000 naira maximum. Then you need branding materials like banners, flyers, stickers. You need to make a very bold banner in your outlet so that people can see from afar that you render such business. Because if you don't brand very well, you might not be able to attract customers. When people are passing and they see that, okay, there's a POS banner here, they can withdraw money here. So you need to consider branding. And if you're getting a banner, maybe a 3x3 banner, maximum of 10,000 naira, with the design and printing, you should be able to get something reasonable. Then the cost of acquiring the POS. There are several types of POS, like I mentioned earlier. There are POS that you can get from bank. If you want to get from bank, usually bank give POS free of charge, so you might not incur any cost here. But if you are buying from fintech, the price can vary. Some 30, some 40, some 50. So, but on the average, you'll be able to get a good and a reliable one for 30,000 naira. And another advantage of getting from a fintech is that you will get it very fast. Some you can get it within 24 hours, can get it within 48 hours. But if you want to go to bank, even though it's free, but you might not get it almost immediately. So that is about that. Then you need to the cost of sales attendant or sales assistant. If you want to employ someone to run the business on your behalf, you can budget like 20,000 or 15,000. It depends on your bargaining power, and it depends on the experience of the person you are employing to manage the business. If you have sales in your area and you earn huge profit in a month, you can definitely increase this. This is not fixed. Depends on you. So I just put this there as a guide, so you can pay as much as you can afford. Then you need cash at hand, minimum of 100,000, because customers will be coming for withdrawal, so you need to have cash. So you can increase this. I put it in bracket that this can be increased. You can increase. If you get 200,000, if you have 500,000, all well and good. The more the cash you have, the more you'll be able to service. You'll be able to render service to your customers, and that will determine the amount the customers can withdraw at your location. If your total cash is 100,000, a customer cannot come to you and say I want to withdraw 120. Definitely you don't have up to that. So the volume of transaction in your area determines the cash that you will need. So, and in my previous video I talked about how you can source for funds. So you might want to watch my previous video to know how you can increase this working capital. So if you calculate everything here, we are looking about 230,000 for a start. Out of this 230,000, remember that 100,000 is still in your account, is your own, is the money you have at hand. The only money you are expending from all this is about 130. And also remember that if you are renting a shop, out of that 130, 60,000 naira is already for a year rent. So you have already paid for 1 year. So invariably, you are just spending maybe about 50,000 to set up, So that is about that. Now, what about the running cost, monthly running cost? After setting up the business and your business has started running, you need to consider certain costs, like the cost of data. Most of the POS, or let me say all POS generally, they need data to run. So the data could be on the SIM card inserted into the POS, or if you're using a Wi-Fi, if you're using a broadband internet, definitely you will subscribe. But if you're using SIM card, from my experience so far, a 1,000 naira data should be enough for 1 month. Another thing is transportation. If you're employing an attendant and there is need to go frequently to bank to collect money, definitely you have to consider the cost. Let's say on the average daily, use 300 naira to go to bank, to and fro, to withdraw money, to withdraw cash. Definitely in a month, you'll be spending about 6,000. Then if you rent a shop, you pay for electricity, let's say 2,000. Then bank SMS alert, you need to factor this. Bank will definitely charge you for some services. So let's put that as 2,000. This can increase based on the volume of transaction you are doing, and some banks or some fintech don't charge for SMS alert. So then rent, monthly, like I said, if you are renting a shop, 60,000 naira shop in a month, in a year, that means your rent in a month is 5,000. Then phone calls, you might want to make phone calls on behalf of your customer, and maybe generally to run the business 2,000. Then salary 20,000. So your running cost in a month is about 38,000. This running cost could be lower or higher. It could be lower if you are not going to, if some of these items listed here will not be applicable to you, like if your bank doesn't charge you SMS alert, or you are not paying for rent, maybe you are the owner of the location, you are the owner of the place where you are running the business, or you are partnering with someone, a shop owner, this might reduce drastically. Then if you are not going to bank frequently, this will definitely reduce. So you might not spend up to 38,000 naira in a month, but this is just like a guide. Now, what are your source of revenue? In a month, you can make as much as 100,000 naira running this business. Even more than that, some agents make as much as 200, 300, some 400,000. It depends on the volume of transaction you are pulling in your location. So how do you make money? You make money from cash withdrawal. You charge your customer certain amount of money for withdrawing cash. Then for deposit, sales of airtime, you get commission for selling airtime on the POS, data, bill payment, and many more. So on the average, if you make 3,000 naira in a month, that is about 3,000 naira in a day. this should be in a day. So that is about 100,000 naira in a month. 100,000 naira in a month, and it could be more than that. So if you subtract your running cost from the revenue, you'll be left with a profit of 62,000. So mind you, if you are running the business by yourself, if you are not employing anyone, your profit will be 82,000, because that means you are paying yourself that 20,000 naira salary that you are supposed to pay a sales attendant. So that means you are making 82,000 naira monthly. So instead of just sitting down complaining that there's no work, there's no job out there, you can consider doing this. On your own, you are making 82,000 naira in a month, and it could be more than that. Like I said, as time goes on, as more people get to know your location, you can make as much as 150, 200,000. So these are the costs of setting up and running the business. So before I go, let me also mention that setting up the business, if you don't want to go for a shop, you can definitely get a kiosk. You can get a kiosk. If you are getting a kiosk could be 30,000 naira. So, or you can partner with an existing business owner, partner with a shop. So you might be paying maybe 2,000 naira monthly to this person. So that is that. If you want to get a kiosk, you have to know that you pay for the land where you're going to put the kiosk. Some people charge maybe 1,000 per month or 2,000 per month for you to put your kiosk in a particular location. So you find out about the person who owns the land, discuss with them that you want to run POS business, and they will give you permission, and they can charge you maybe 1,000 or 2,000 naira in a month. So if you are considering that, that means you don't need up to 230,000 in a month. Just impute whatever cost, whatever model that suits you. If you are getting a shop, if you are getting a kiosk, or you are partnering with someone, so just impute your cost and calculate how much you will need. But there are some items that are constant, that are fixed already. Like you need chair and table. Even if you are using a shop, a kiosk, you need chair and table. You need branding materials. You get POS. If you are employing someone, definitely you pay the person. So some costs are already fixed for starting. And for running, it's the same thing. Any model you are going for, definitely you will need this cost to run. And this is your proposed revenue and your proposed profit. So thank you so much for joining this video, and in my next video I will be talking about how to balance your account, especially if you are employing someone to run the business on your behalf. So I will show you how to balance your account and how you can determine your profit. What are the various things you need to look out for when you want to reconcile your account. And I want to assure you that if you follow all these steps, you begin to make money from POS business. Thank you so much. God bless you.